Hello roommates, it's Jelana coming at you with another design video, and today we're going to design a sparkler tag on Cricut Design Space. While you're here, go ahead and click subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video drop. But first, we're gonna need to go and get this image. Now, for those of you who are new to Design Space, if you come over to the right navigation bar and right click and scroll to the bottom, it'll give you image info and it'll list out all the things. So right here it says the font I used, the luggage tag, the oval, everything. So I'm just gonna click on luggage tag travel and it's gonna pop right up. We're gonna grab this image. I wanna add that to my canvas. And there's a few reasons why I actually chose this tag. One is because I knew I needed the strike paper and this already kind of came with it. So I knew I wasn't gonna have to work super hard to get it what I needed to be. So the first thing we're gonna do is ungroup this, which takes all of my layers and puts them into individual spaces. And I'm just gonna delete the things I don't need, which is pretty much everything but this red line here. Now I made mine a little thicker to be 0.3 inches wide because I wanted it to, for my guests not to have to struggle when they're using their match. And then I'm just gonna resize it to fit here. 2.31. All right, and then I'm gonna slide it down to the bottom and just leave a little space because I think it's just cute. All right, highlight everything, align, and we're going to center horizontal, and we've got the bones of our tag. Now we're gonna need this top circle and bottom circle to fit our sparkler. So I'm gonna go over to shapes. I'm gonna grab your basic circle, and I believe I set this to 0.3. Could be a little small, but we're gonna gauge it and see. I think 0.3 is probably good. Actually, it looks a little smaller than that, so let's go with 0.2. Now it looks like it's in the middle, so 0.25. Okay, perfect. We need 2 of these, so I'm just gonna duplicate. And then I'm gonna set this up somewhere on this red line. Now the reason for that is because when you get ready to adhere this to the tag itself, I want to be able to line it up without having to use the score line or anything. So I'm actually going to chop a little piece of this circle off. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to chop a little bit of that piece off so that way I know when I get ready to glue it down, I can just line it up with my circle and I know it'll all work out. This one's gonna go at the top. You can leave a little space. I'm gonna zoom in to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you click on this circle right here, there's like a plus sign that pops up. I'm just going to eyeball this. Highlight the other gray circle. I want to, well, and the tag too actually, because I want to center everything so that it's even. There you go. Now these 2 gray circles, I'm gonna combine them by welding them together because I only need them to slice through my tag. So I'm gonna grab my 2 gray circles, my luggage tag, and then I'm gonna slice them, which means I've cut those 2 circles out. Yay. Oh, I actually need one of those back. Okay, so now I go over to contour. I'm gonna take off the top circle, yay. I'm gonna send this tag all the way to the back so that my red strike paper pops up. Re-click the circle, click on the red strike paper, and I'm gonna slice that. And then get rid of all the pieces that I don't need. Okay, so now we got ourselves a tag. Now this image here where it says let the sparks fly, I kind of finessed it a little bit. So when I go to my dotted line, it's called Let's Go on an Adventure, and this is what it looks like. Here's the code, the Cricut code, if you wanna type it in. But we're gonna need that. So I'm gonna add that to my canvas. Now this said, let's go on an adventure, but you know, the theme that we've been working on for June is all about travel. So once I saw this flight or this little plane, it made me think of the word fly. And you know, you hear the phrase, let the sparks fly or sparks will fly or something like that. So I thought it was a really cute pun for our travel theme that we're working on. So I'm gonna eyeball this and just resize it until it fits comfortably where I would like it. So I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave a little space. And then I'm going to zoom back in so everybody can see exactly what we're working on. Okay, so I need to detach this because I need to edit these words. Let's go on an adventure. I can't actually change anything about it. It comes as an image itself. So instead of trying to fix this, I'm just gonna go grab a font that's similar. And the font I chose to use was, I believe, BFC Cherry. Perfect Practice. So when I go over to the text box here, I'm gonna click the drop down menu and go to BFC Perfect Practice. So I'm just gonna type perfect and it should come up. Perfect Practice. There we go. Now this sparkler tag I made said let the sparks fly, but this time I want to try sparks will fly and do a little something different here. I'm gonna see what that looks like, you know, just give it a chance, but if I don't like it, we can always change it. So instead, we're going to do this one more time. So we're going to use the word let, and that needs to be big. So we're going to go with 40 there. Yeah, I like this better. And I like to use the boxes and actually shape where I want the words to go. So that way when I try to align them, right, everything aligns the way that I would like. So for instance, the top of this needs to be right here. And then you can center it and all that to kind of get it to where you want it to be. So I like this here. We change this to let the, THE. And this looks a little tiny for me. So again, I'm gonna use my dotted lines as a guide and maybe make this 25. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, then we're gonna change this fly word to sparks. Oops, sparks. And then extend this a little longer. Okay. We're just resizing our words so that they fit. Like this is a little bit too big, or is it? Or is it? Right? I'm gonna slide that over. Maybe I can make the a little smaller. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that better. Yep. Yep, I like that better. And maybe even a little smaller because I want the words spark to be big, like to be the focal point. Okay, cool. And then I need the word fly. So I'm gonna grab the word let again. I copy and pasted. Fly. And these should all essentially be the same size, give or take. Yeah. So let sparks fly is like the focus. You see what I mean? And then I wanted this aligned with the word let, just for, you know, cohesive sake. So we're going to horizontal that. Actually, I'm going to slide this over and line it up with the S. Okay, now this last little bit is going to be the time that you want to do your sparkler send off. So let's say the date. My husband and I got married on June 11th, 2021, and our sparkler send off was at 10:30 p.m. Now this is the same font that we're using, but you see how it's kind of jumbled and not really looking how we want. I want to change this, and I think the font I used was Cherry for this one. I wanted something bold still, but still skinny, because I didn't want to overshadow the words, you know, let the sparks fly. Yeah, I think I like that better. I also, since we're reading on the bottom level, I need to flip this around this way. Because, you know, your eye is moving from left to right, so it makes more sense to do that. And then this still looks big, so we're going to make this 15. And now it fits. Change the color to black. And there you go. We've designed ourselves a tag. Okay, so now here comes the hard part. We've got to make space in our tag for our match. Okay, so let's go to shapes. Let's grab our oval. I'm gonna rotate that 90 degrees so that it's straight up and down. And then I want the width to be 0.2. Yeah. Actually, that looks small too. So maybe we'll do 0.25. I think that was the size of our circle as well at the top, 0.25. Okay, so one of them is gonna go right here on this left side of this dotted line, because I still wanna see like the travel portion of it, right? And then duplicate that. And I want this second oval to be on the dotted line. So like it goes right in the middle, right? It's a little close to the side for me. So I'm gonna slide it to the right just a little bit, which means the word fly needs to move to the right too, which is partially why I wanted the words let and fly to be lined up in the first place. But it's okay. You know, we're letting our eye tell us what it likes. And we're gonna slide this just a little bit, and I think that still works. Okay, so last piece is to grab this gray oval at the bottom, the gray oval at the top. We want this centered horizontally to make a straight line, and then we're going to weld this together so that we can slice through it to make our open holes. So we grab our gray circles, just the brown tag, and we're gonna slice those things out. Get rid of the circles that we no longer need. Send the tag all the way to the back, and there you have it. So now I'm gonna take this tag and I'm gonna change it to the color white, even though my cardstock is going to be brown. The reason we're choosing white is because Cricut Design Space will read the colors and send them to the printer. So if I left it brown, it would print brown tag on brown paper, and that's not what I want. I want just the black ink to come out. So now we're gonna highlight all of this except for this red strike paper, and I'm gonna flatten everything. This tells my Cricut machine to only cut the outsides and the insides of this circle. So again, this will be printed on paper, but this will be cut off, so it'll be gone anyway. We're gonna send this all the way to the back just so we can have an idea of what this looks like. Highlight everything, and I'm gonna group it together so that I can move it as one image without anything messing up. Now we have to resize this entire thing, right? Because right now this is almost 4 inches tall, and I guess it depends on the size sparkler you use, but I would prefer the width to only be 2 inches. So right now it's 2 by 3, so about the size of a business card is what we're looking at right now. You can always add your own thing, right? Like you can add your wedding hashtag. I think I'm gonna add this hashtag actually. Ours was Rogers that, like, because my husband's in the military, so it was like talking on, you know, the walkie-talkie. So I'm actually gonna add that to the top of my sparkler tag since I've got a little bit of open space to use. Just gonna resize this, which means I'll have to reflatten everything, but I'm okay with that. Does that look crowded? Let me change it black so we can actually get a feel for it. And then I'm gonna unflatten everything because why not? Well, I'm gonna ungroup and unflatten things so that I can check it out and make sure I like it. I need all this stuff and the dotted line, and I'm just gonna use my keyboard to slide things down. Okay, now I want this to be just a tad smaller. Yeah, so it's not overpowering, right? And then we're gonna highlight just the Rogers that and the tag, align horizontally, and then we reflatten everything. So we're gonna highlight everything but the red strike paper, flatten everything, send it to the back, regroup, and now we're ready to cut. Let's do it. I go to make it. You can make 8 tags per sheet. So you can do really easy in bulk, right? So if you've got a 100 guest wedding, you only need 1 pack of paper from Michael's and you'll be able to get this done. A pack of paper is $6. So you got $6 tags right now. They're custom. You can put anything you want on them. They can be nice little keepsakes, right? They're already hole punched, so you can have people turn it into a craft if you want to have like a craft table and tie it around a mason jar or something like that. So plenty of possibilities. All right, so I'm sending this to my printer. I have an HP OfficeJet. It's going to come out just like this. I'm going to leave the bleed on. Cut on glitter cardstock, and that's it. I would love to know if you found this design video helpful, so feel free to leave me a comment below and tag me if you make this project. I would love to see how it came out. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.